And we're rolling. Look at this workshop, episode 293. Can you believe it, everybody?
Woo!
Yeah, there we go. Some excitement. It's awesome. Yeah, my name is Keller Reeves, and I am your host for Monday nights. So I want to thank you for showing up, guests, when you do show up. And when you do, you can just write a little comment. We can just copy it down, and we'll say it on the air here. But hey, listen, what the workshop is, it's a group of comedians, aspiring comedians, that we get random topics, and then we try to write them out. We try to make jokes. We try and do all this stuff, and we try to get it going. It's kind of like a pitch room, more than an actual comedy scene, but we put our stuff out there, then we get the input from each other. We try and get some taglines. Hopefully, we get one joke over the whole day. That's what I always go for, you know. But yeah, so like I want to say that this is a comedy safe space. So it's safe for us and not for you guys. That's what it is. We're here to make jokes, and that's pretty much it, right? So yeah, well, let's introduce who we got going on our show tonight. Izzy, where are you from?
I am from the one and only Seattle.
Oh, look at that. Go Mariners, right? Left hanging on the Mariners thing. Jackie, where are you from?
Tacoma.
Tacoma. And Brandon Valentine, he's been on the show a couple of times now. And he's, where are you from again? Just remind you.
Well, I say Tacoma, but it's really Bonnie Lake, but no one's ever heard of that. So it's Tacoma.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm from Chilliwack, British Columbia, Canada. The prettiest place on earth. That's what I like to say.
It's so pretty the Bruins left.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at this guy knowing his minor hockey. Wow.
Of course, man. Seattle Thunderbirds. That's the only thing Seattle will claim.
You gonna watch the Kraken when they come out, or what are they called? You excited
No,
about that?
well, yeah, they'll be the Kraken. Yeah, when it's the NHL team, but I've been a WHL Thunderbirds hockey fan for years.
Yeah. The Seattle actually people the Washington State people, they really get in their hockey. I'm surprised by it.
Yes, they do. I love hockey.
The minor stuff, yeah. It's okay. We didn't want the Bruins. We got the Chiefs. That's who we wanted. That's what we got back. So it's awesome for Chilliwack. So, but yeah. So everybody out there, here's what it is. Again, I'm gonna say it. We get our own topics. I like to go first. We get 3 to 5 minutes, and for other guys, I'll have my little timer. And what I'll do is I'll shine a little light up here and just show you where we are. And I'll show you 3 minutes, so you know I will not stop you after that. Let me get to my stopwatch. I will not stop you, but I'm going to go first. Let's go, okay? That's the fun part. I like to start off, get the momentum going. Here we go. Okay, so my topic for Workshop 293 is expeditions, right? COVID, fun, expeditions. That doesn't really work for me very well, but that's, I did my best here, right? And I realized that expeditions are really for white people. White people love fucking expeditions. We just love roaming the earth, just going for a stroll. That's what we like doing, just checking shit out, right? And for no apparent reason, really. But like, I was looking up my ancestry DNA, and I found out my family. I came to North America. My family did in 1620, right? The New Amsterdam. That's their front. One of those colonists. New Amsterdam is now New York, and I was right. I was thinking that that was quite the expedition. I think, the Native Americans must have thought the Dutch looked hilarious, like they must have saw their feet, their wooden shoes, and thought, hey, those are little canoes on their feet or something like that. Been totally lost for that thing, right? I also think they'd be funny when they showed up, the Dutch, when they showed up to talk to the Native Americans. They'd just be like, how you doing? And they'd just be like, what the fuck? Why is he raising his voice? I'm a consonant person, okay? I just want to say, I like my accents with lots of consonants, hard R's, everything else. If you have to have any kind of lightness on it, like expedition, like anything high noted, I just don't like you automatically. That's the way it works for me. With this COVID expedition, really the only expeditions I get to do is I get to eat shrooms and go to the supermarket. It's probably my biggest expedition these days. There's a bunch of mushrooms, and don't tell my wife, and just send out there and just, and then I play chicken with other dads, with the carts. That's all I do is walk down the lanes and just see who's going to budge first. And, it's usually me because they don't know they're playing. So that's the way it works. But yeah. Let me see what else I got here. Oh, I get pretty spooked out when I go to the shopping market too, with my wife on shrooms and high and everything else. You know why? Because it's like, I'm always thinking everybody's staring at me. They know I'm stoned. Like she knows exactly, that old woman knows exactly how much I ate. It's like a spooky thing. And I'm just like, I do like the fact that anybody tells a shroom story, they're pretty much the same person that kind of tells like a D&D story or like, something towards that way. It's like, and then this goblin jumped out of the bushes. And you're like, oh shit. That's pretty much any kind of story I have with shrimps. But, the other thing too is, you know what? I don't even like that part. That's a dumb part. I wrote down. I had a really lot of hard time with this expedition. I can't even say the word, let alone write jokes for this expedition. But guys, that's probably what I'm going to do for today. So I want to thank you very much. A round of applause, please, for me. Thank you, guys. So, Izzy, for that horrid rack, you got anything for me, buddy, or what?
I like the expeditions for white people. I think that showing how maybe talking about white people are expeditious to snitch. Talk about maybe Karen's, how maybe like you had a Karen incident where she was expeditious to snitch and then found out that she was like late catching the guess on what I was trying to tell her. I like that one, and then so that was the one that was in the column.
Yeah, I actually had some of that snitching stuff on there, and I bailed from it.
Oh, okay.
I always I bailed from, and that was one of the ones I bailed from. I didn't like how I did when I read it. I was like, oh, I wrote this down. How about you, Jackie? Do you have anything for me?
Okay, so I also liked the white people expedition. I thought that was just like a really good premise that you could go off of. I mean, you did go off of it, but like you could expand that premise. I think that was like really working for you. Okay, I don't know how well known this is, but when you said expedition, it made me think of like the car. Yeah. That's another expedition. You can take an expedition in it. I didn't have a whole lot to add, but I liked it. Good job.
It's a hard subject, I think.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, because I was like, what do you do with that one? Because it's hard to. Yeah, I mean, you almost have to break it down into syllables and maybe talk about those things, like
Yeah, it was. I went through my head a little bit about Ford Expedition. I wrote down, but I was like, I have nothing for that. I didn't remember what it looks like. But and it was a little difficult for me. But yeah, how about you, Brandon? Do you have anything for me?
No, I really like the shroom references. I can definitely relate to that. I've had the little green men in the bushes that kept trying to steal my orange juice. It was bad, but I've been there. So I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, depending on the person, they can relate to those. The white guy expeditions I thought was good. I thought maybe if you wanted to kind of be like not like a Lewis and Clark white guy expedition, kind of just throw the like I'm not going to be a not that kind of expedition, but
Yeah, that's
I mean?
good.
Yeah,
that's a good idea. Yeah, I think I'm going to revisit this a little more thoroughly. I think I didn't have a lot of time to write for this one, so but it was fun. So
yeah, or even like
your input there. Anything else, or
I was just going to add like just with the Ford Expedition, if you wanted to go the route of like that you don't do a lot, you could just say like the closest I get is a Ford Expedition. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I haven't remember the last time I've seen a Ford Expedition on the road. I don't think they make them anymore, do they?
They just started making a new one.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're bringing back all the old ones to make them look horrible, but
yeah, because that was like the ultimate car. Like you've given up on life, and you're just like whatever. I'm just a father, and that's it. That's all I'm.
That's what it was. It's like I even talk about it when I teach like flagger class. I'm like, whenever you see an expedition coming, that's like a 20 to 25-year-old kid who has like 4 kids and is just giving up.
Right, just forget it.
They haven't slept in like a month. I mean, it's
True enough. I'm just picturing all the people in Ford Expeditions. I remember. You're right. It's all rusty piece of shit. They use it like a work van, like a paint van. You just put a bunch.
It's like one of those things. Like the younger kids would buy it because it fits all the kids, but it's not a minivan.
Right.
And that's what it was. Yeah. They wanted all the room for the kids, but they didn't want a minivan because that was too, whatever.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you guys for your input. I appreciate it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, hey, we'll go with our next comedian. Everybody, we already have a pre-set up lineup. So, Brandon, are you ready?
Yeah, I am. I had an interesting one this time. I'm gonna see what I can do. But go for it,
buddy.
All right. Yeah, my topic's skipping. So there's a bunch of different ways you can go with skipping. I mean, there's a whole thing, if you're my age or older, remember CDs and stuff like that, where we were so happy to finally have a CD player in our Jeeps. And then you'd go driving and all of it just skip. You'd sit there going along ice. Is this a new remix? Yeah. So, I mean, it's, that's the kind of skipping that I grew up with. Then you got the whole skipping, like skipping rope or skipping, you can do that for exercise. I mean, the one thing is, everyone hates running, but you never see someone who's not smiling while they're skipping. So you could turn that into a whole exercise. Instead of run, you could skip 5 miles. I think at that point, you're going to start hating it where you just, you're smiling, but you're only smiling because you're skipping and really you're just in hell at that moment. So it's like that fake smile where you have to smile because you're skipping and it's just a requirement to be able to skip correctly. And they actually say if you skip, it is good exercise. They say, helps, flatten your stomach and everything else, which most of us could use. I mean, I could use a flatter stomach. I mean, usually looking around in the crowd, you can see a few people that need a flatter stomach. I try not to fat shame because then I get in trouble because I'm not fat anymore. So I was a fat comedian, had a lot of good fat jokes, and now I'm skinny and it doesn't work anymore. So they look at you funny when you do that. So I've been trying to find new exercise. So I think I might try skipping. I'll see if my knees can handle that. That's really all I could get. I mean, it was kind of one of those things. I was trying to go a couple different ways with it, and I just couldn't. I think I almost screwed myself over by trying to think of multiple ways instead of just trying to pick a track and go.
Yeah. No worries. A round of applause for Brandon, everybody. Woo! Yeah, I actually liked your CD one, that Ice, that remix. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I also like the skipping with smiling, the fake smile. It just made me cramp. When you get a cramp your side, you just can't help but smile. It's like, ooh. It's like that. I remember getting a lot of those with skipping. Yeah. A good visualization on that. So, Izzy, do you have anything for Brandon?
No, I wasn't in an analytical mode this time. So I was just taking it just as a museum. I'm just seeing all the good jokes. I'm trying to, so I didn't really get to really sit in it and analyze it. So I didn't. Yeah.
That's fine.
How about you, Jackie?
I think that skipping, the first skipping joke you did about the CD, that could be a 3 minute, that could be a really good solid bit if you kind of worked it out slowly. Even if you had a story of you on a road trip or something, and you're kind of working in jokes to that, and then you kind of work out. I have a bit that's similar to this, but you work up to the rapping part. Does that make sense? You build up to it until you're just it would kind of skip whatever. And then, it would skip again. It's I don't know if you can beatbox or whatever your skill set is there, but you could really work that, and it could be a really fun deal. I mean, it was fun, but yeah.
Do you ever skipping school? That's something we call it. That's something I would have thought
skipping
of too.
School? Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of thought about that one, but I mean, I don't know. Well, it felt weird being my age to talk about skipping school, but
it's something we can all relate to.
It is.
All played hooky to a certain extent. Some more than others.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, that's a tough subject too. I was thinking that too. A peanut butter, maybe you talk about Skippy stuff, or I don't even know where you go with that.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a few things with that, and like I said, I think I kind of messed myself up by trying, instead of sticking, because the rap one was the one that I came up with first, and then I was well, I could go a couple other directions, and instead of focusing on one, I kind of tried going multiple directions, and I think I kind of, if I would have focused on the one, I think I would have been able to come up with something better.
Yeah.
No.
It's almost a subject that you need a story with, because it just doesn't make sense unless you put a story in that sort of skipping thing, right?
Right. We'll talk about maybe exercising and skipping a warm up, the dread of that. I mean, how maybe you got on got in a basketball court, thought you was all that, and you skipped on your own tennis shoes and still there and messed up your ankle, Yeah. And so now, so it's just, so that it does have a little bit of meat on it, but it's just hard to kind of
Yeah. Like I said, I think part of it was that it could go so many different directions that I really should have focused more on one rather than trying to expand it out so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a fun one though.
It reminds me of you remind me of something entirely when I was a kid. Like I changed schools at the end of grade 2, and I remember like I had like a month left of school when I changed to a different area, and my teacher for some reason took like real kind of for some like motherly care. Like I don't know what she was doing, like, but she like tried to mother me a bit. So I remember her. We had this big nature walk where we split off, but she made me stay with her and a couple of the girls. And I don't know, I was just walking by myself because I didn't want to hang out with a bunch of girls. And I don't know, they stopped me and they're laughing. I couldn't believe it. I guess I was skipping. I didn't know I was skipping. I was just bouncing, skipping down the road, down this nature path. I felt so embarrassed. Like, were you skipping? We saw you skipping. I'm like, no, it wasn't me. But I remember just being so shameful even in grade 2. I don't know why it reminded me of that story, but I haven't thought about that in years.
That's funny.
Anyways, let's put another a round of applause for Please Brandon, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Good. Okay, cool. Are you ready, Jack?
I am ready.
Cool. Let me give you an introduction, everybody. Put your hands together for Tacoma's own Jackie. And what's your topic?
Woo! Okay, so my topic is tourist traps. So I'm from Tacoma, which means for all of the people not in the area, I'm from Seattle. And what bigger tourist trap do we have than the Space Needle, right? It came when we had the World's Fair, and we wanted to show we were like forward thinking with our science. Now we're just forward thinking because we're so woke. So the Space Needle, just what Seattle needs, more needles.
I know that's right.
They're like, let's do needles, but make it spacey. I actually did a stair climb of the Space Needle, and I climbed the original stairs from like the original building. And you guys know what I learned? I hate climbing stairs. That's what I learned. There's a lot of them. We also have Pike Place Market, which is another great place to see a needle. People come to see the famous seafood market, and I don't get it, because like it's like Uncle Bob won't talk to me anymore because I threw a fish at him, but it's perfectly fine if a stranger does it. Addiction is a real issue here, and I think that's what makes it the real tourist trap, because it's like, come for the Space Needle, stay for the heroin. Sorry, that just was super dark. That's what I got.
Hey, everybody, put your hands together for Jackie.
Hey.
Cool. Well, Brandon, do you have anything for her?
No, I really liked it. I mean, I like how you went up on the Space Needle. Plus, you kind of, brought in the whole thing. A lot of us have been making comments about the, the needles, and just what Seattle needed was another needle. I mean, I don't know if it's one of those things. I was kind of thinking more of that you could almost do it like it was a precursor rather than, bringing, because it was here before, kind of thing. Like, hey, the Space Needle was a precursor to what was to come, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that. But no, I liked it. That was good.
How about you? Do you have anything for Jackie?
The Space Needle with needles, that's really cool because a lot of people they associate Seattle with drugs and all stuff like that, and a lot of people know that. So the Space Needle, I thought that was a good one. Maybe talk about like it's playing when you're walking down the street, maybe it's like playing double dutch with needles because you're not sure if you're going to get stuck with one.
Yeah.
That one, if you have a personal story of maybe, of a guy that you thought maybe was like kind of cool, but he ended up being on needles and, you thought going out meant go to get some crack and you were just talking about coffee,
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like that Seattle Space Needle joke too. The enough needle. That's a good joke. Give me a good bit of that one. One of the tourist traps I think about Seattle is that bubblegum wall. Like I still like gag on that. Like just looking at that. Just if people out there don't know, Seattle has this wall that's called the bubblegum wall, and people just stick their chewed gum on this wall, and it's disgusting. I don't know why it grosses me out so much, but it's absolutely disgusting. and it smells like mint or like gum. You're walking by, just like it's like that smell. You know, it's been in someone's mouth. It's like this is gross. I wonder, did they clean that up for COVID or what's going on? Are people still sticking their COVID?
I heard that's where COVID started.
Yeah. I couldn't walk down the lane. It was so bad. I remember being in Kuala Lumpur for one layover. One night we went to Australia and we stayed there, and they had a garbage dump, like a garbage strike. And they for 3 weeks they didn't pick up the garbage. They dumped garbage out their window, and nobody picked it up. And that bubble gum wall smelled worse in the middle of summer. That's how. But yeah, no, I think you did really well. I like those jokes. The Pike Place too is good. Throwing fish at people, that's pretty good. Yeah, Seattle is a pretty good tourist trap down there. So, especially the parking.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's Brad. Sorry, did everybody get their input? I've lost track. Yeah, cool.
Thanks, guys.
For Jackie or what? You good? Okay, well, let's put our hands together for Jackie, everybody. Good job, Jackie. Okay. Izzy, you ready for your introduction?
Right.
Okay, everybody. This is our fourth comedian tonight. Please put your hands together for Seattle's own Izzy. What's your topic?
Woo! All right. My topic today is terms of usage. Terms of usage. Terms of usage is an agreed upon set of regulations that the users follow in order to use a service. So that one was a good one. So we need to set up some terms of usage for dating. I think there needs to be a terms of use, especially if you're over 35. Like, if you're big, just say you're big. Like this whole doing the slide plan of this little picture right here where it's just your face, you're out of terms of usage. This is not, if we know you got roles, just go and show them. It's not if you have roles, it's how many are there. That's all right. Just, we agreed upon this. I'm going to a wedding later on this year, and when you're young, it's about going to a wedding to looking nice and just trying to be seen. When you get older, it's just about trying to support the person. And so now it's you have these, everybody's all big and trying to be cute, and I'm like, you ain't gotta like these little skinny dresses. It's not you. Trying to come up there with jeans, talking about juicy. No, it's a flood at this point. It's a flood. It's letting folks out. It's not what it is. But terms of usage, there should be a terms of usage with sucking dick. I think with women, it needs to be terms of usage with sucking dick. See, white women, they'll be like, they'll just get on. They just do the work. Okay, cool. Black women, they're gonna look at it and be like, they're gonna flop it around. They're gonna like look at it. They looking like it's a magnifying glass. See, this is not the terms of usage that I thought was going to be. See, this is why I go to the white women, because see, they know what to do with it. They get down on it. It's work. They get to using it, doing what they're supposed to do with it. But yeah, it definitely is exercise equipment. Like, look, the terms of usage for this exercise equipment. It's okay doing these little things where you split open, where you split your two legs open and you try to work the inner thigh. Like you've never opened up your inner thigh in the last 20 years, and now all of a sudden you want to get on there, and now you get on there, you open up your thighs, and all of a sudden now the gas in your stomach has thrown the whole gym off. So you keep wondering why everybody keeps leaving the gym. Like, look, it's not you. You can't, every workout machine, it's not you. You ain't been in the gym in 20 years. Don't try no extra jumping. Don't try, just do basic stuff, just a simple up and down, and that's it. The true stuff of you popping and locking on the equipment, that's for somebody 21, 22. Over 35, just do simple stuff. Just do little stuff right here, little stuff right there. That's your term of your usage right there. How much more time I got?
You got a couple of minutes, no big deal.
Okay, cool. All right. So, the other thing is keeping people doing Facebook, social media. There should be a terms of usage for anybody over 70 to use social media. Like, look, my mama has reported my page about 10 times because she saw me do it. She thought she was liking a picture, but she accidentally reported me, had me blocked on Facebook like 6 months because she didn't know what it was. I'm like, look, the terms of usage of that Facebook, it should be nobody over the age of 70 can get on here. They use it as neighborhood watch. They use it as neighborhood watch. They use it like they never, like my mama, she's never, like she can't figure out how to put numbers in her phone, but she can figure out how to get on Facebook and look up stuff and look up somebody's business. You know, it is the old lady's paradise. It just is. It just, they get excited on that. They talk about everybody except themselves. And then the last thing I want to say is, look, eating in the refrigerator if you have roommates, there's a terms of usage. Do not drink a bunch of stuff and leave a little bit of swallow in the container. So I'm sitting there ready to drink something, and it's just a swallow, and I'm dehydrated from stuff because I was going to go get some Gatorade, and I can't get it because you drunk all the Gatorade and left just this much in the container. That's out of order. And then wonder why we ain't gonna make it through this roommate ship. All right, then that's all I got.
Hey, everybody put your hand together for Izzy, everyone. Well done. I liked some of your stuff there. It was the over 35 stuff. I like you kept it with the premise the whole way through. Like hyper terms of usage and all that stuff. That was pretty good. I hate that with the Gatorade when you just leave that little bit. Yeah, I find I do it to myself all the time. That's the word for it. Like just got just like none left in my truck. It's like just throw it out. I talk to myself. That's me. Just I'm your roommate to myself.
I'm the roommate. Oh, no.
I do it all to myself. Jackie, got anything for Izzy there or what?
Yeah, I loved it. Great job. I like your cadence and your how you're rolling with it. I loved how you were talking about, like, if you're big, just say it. Like, that whole thing had me cracking up. You know, if you're big, just say it. We're all big. You know what I mean? Like, we're all there. I liked the roles part, and I really liked the juicy joke. The one tag that I thought could be funny is, like, I don't know. I'm not a computer person, so terms of usage, I don't know if this goes together, but, like, let me know up front if you're going to accept my cookies. You know what I'm talking about? Like the websites.
Yeah.
When the websites ask you about their cookies, I don't know. I don't know if that's related to terms of usage, but like with dating, it's like, let me know if you're going to accept my cookies. We can just like get that out of the way. Anyway, I liked it.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, you, Brandon, do you have anything for him?
I liked it. I'll be honest. I was just enjoying it so much. I wasn't really, I was just enjoying it. I mean, it was great. I loved it. I was laughing the whole time. I mean, your cadence and the way you went through it wasn't rushed, but it wasn't too slow. It was just right to keep, like, as you were laughing from one, it was like the laughter started to die. You hit with another one, and it was just, you kept it coming the whole time and kept kept us rolling the whole time. So once we started to kind of lose the laughter, you came back with another one. And it was perfect timing. I mean, it was great. I loved it.
All right. Thank you.
Actually, it was just mine too. Like, I noticed the back scratcher right away when you're holding it almost like a wand. You're like kind of waving around. Then you did the dick joke later on with the blowjobs and everything. And I was just, across my mind was even just only white girls aren't scared of black dick. That's the one thing. Just you're talking about black girls. Like,
Right.
I don't know why it crossed my mind, but it was funny to me. It's like, I don't know if you had that thought go through your head there with that, but yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, great job, guys. Everybody did a well job. This is the portion, people. Now, round of applause for Izzy, everybody. I almost forgot. Hey, this is the portion where we do our own jokes. Everybody, fans, you guys can comment. You write a little comment there, and it comes down on the side, and then I can show everybody. So you can feel free to, I lost 2 people right there. I shouldn't have talked. But hey, listen, I'm going to go first. And,
How much time do we get for the for own material?
Well, 3 to 5 minutes, but you can keep going. I'm not going to stop you. I mean, if you're
okay, because I got a new one I want to try. So okay.
Yeah, please. So I'm gonna work out some old stuff. That's what I'm gonna do. So, just because I haven't done it in a while, and actually, I'm just opening my book and trying to remember the jokes, so this will be good. Let's start off with this one. I go to Starbucks all the time. That's just what I do for work. And one thing I like about going into I mobile order. Does anybody do this? They mobile order. Like I use my phone. I do a mobile order. Then my truck's too big to go through. My work truck's too good to go through the drive-through. So I have to walk inside every time. And my name's there all the time, and they remember me. And it's interesting because I come in, and the girl behind the counter repeats my name every single time. Oh, like, is it mobile for Keller? I'm like, yeah, my name is Keller. She goes, hey, Keller, how's it going, Keller? Nice to see you, Keller. And it feels so good that every time I go in there, it feels like a cheerleader almost. Like, hey, Keller, how's it going? Hey, Keller, and every morning I go get my coffee, I'm cranky, and this one girl just, does that to me. And I was like, it feels so good. And I realized someone told me that she does it as a scam because that's how it makes people feel good. And you know what? It fucking worked. I felt great. Let me see. If COVID's taught me anything, it's how happy I'm happy to find out. Well, my mom is dead. It's not finding out. I'm happy my mom is dead because of COVID, not because of COVID, because she's a hypochondriac, and I would have received calls every single day for the whole time of COVID as she was alive. Like, have you been doing this, Keller? And she's a conspiracy theory. I don't know where I was going with that. I had it written down. I thought it would be better, but let me see it. I broke a world record, everybody. Okay. Yeah, I did. I broke a world record. I was kind of instigated. I was watching TV, and this guy used yo way too many times in a sentence, and it bothered me enough where I wrote a joke because I said, like, I can do better than that. So I did a Guinness Book World Record for the most yos in one sentence. Are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
It's 11 yos in one sentence. You got to I say it fast sometimes, so I'll slow it down. I'll try to. I got to take deep breaths. It's a lot in the diaphragm. Okay. Yo, Eureka, Yolanda. You know who just found your yo-yo on your ground, yo? That was 11 yos in one sentence on the chat, always. So, yeah. You guys can, hey, do you guys know what a pseudonym is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's how people with cleft palates pronounce cinnamon. All right. It's okay. That was a quick cheating one. That's a cheating joke I like to use. I also lost a lot of weight, Brandon. I lost 80 pounds myself before COVID. So this has been fun. Not being able to show off my beach bod, but I've been, enjoying it. But like a friend of mine, ready to start COVID, he goes, hey, Keller, you're part of the itty bitty titty committee now, right? And I was like, that's shitty because I'm way too busy to be on another committee. And he's like, not to be nitpicky, Keller, but you're not just part of the itty bitty titty committee. You're a not so busty trustee in the itty bitty titty committee. And I was like, that's completely shitty because I am way too busy to run another committee. I'm already part of the, sobriety caused by, that was a hard one to say. The anxiety caused by sobriety society. That's one I'm in. I'm also running the All Girls Federal Bureau of Rural Squirrel Murals. It used to be called, it was a little confusing, so they shortened the name. It used to be called the All Girls Federal Bureau of Rural Squirrel Murals and Caricatures, but it was a little too confusing. They had shortened it down just for that. Like, they still accept, squirrels, like girl squirrels making characters like that. But okay, what I'm trying to say is I'm way too busy to be part of an EBT kitty committee. That's what I'm trying to explain to everybody. But yeah, I lost some weight. I tried a bunch of diets on my weight there. Like, I tried the polygamy diet, where every day was a cheat day. That didn't work at all. That was. I just tried the reverse turkey diet. That's where you get baked all day and then stuff yourself full of bread. That's that didn't work very well. And keto, because it's the prison fat people deserve. I don't know why that makes you laugh. I can't figure out how to make that joke, but it just makes me laugh every time I say it. So I just keep saying it. So let me finish off with one last joke here I had. And you know what? I'm going to give my old closer, because I just read it and I was like, I should do it. I have some kids, right? And my kids are teenagers. And I've learned, my friends always ask me, because I had kids before all my friends, and they always ask me, hey, Keller, how do you deal with this teen angst? You gone through that before? I'm like, oh, yeah, it's super easy. And he's like, oh, yeah, how do you do it? He goes, well, what you do is you look them right in the face, okay? You look them right in the eyes. And Brendan, I'll use you, okay? You look them right in the eyes. And you just get like, I'm dead serious, and then just go, I fucked your mom. So a better line for a stepdad, but my kids only have me as a real father, so that's the way it works. Yeah. But thank you very much. That's my time. So there you go. Okay. Let's go backwards. Izzy, how do you think? What do you got? Anything for me?
I like the about the Starbucks thing because I love Starbucks. As do also all. So I think that's pretty cool to have that as a personal cheerleader, and maybe like a tagline to add to it, like, "Hey, I hadn't had a girl call my name out like that in 20 years, so it feels good to get that every day at Starbucks."
Yeah. Different women. Yeah. It's a good call. I like that one. Good job. How about you, Jackie? Do you have anything?
Yes. Okay, with the Starbucks one, if you were doing this in a live, at a live show, it could be a cool place to do like a tiny bit of crowd work where like if you've like kind of asked somebody their name at some point, you could do that with them, like, hey, David, I hope you're liking the show, David. You know what I mean? Like you could work that in. That could be pretty funny. I loved the turkey joke. That was super great. Yeah, I think that's all I have to add, but it was really funny. Good job. I liked your like rhyming bit too. That was fun.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with me. I keep rhyming things. I don't know why I like it, but it just makes me laugh.
It's fun.
Oh, yeah. It's fun to say. That's the thing. So, thank you. Hey, Brendan, what do you got for me?
I liked it all. I like the rhyming stuff. The part at the end where you're talking about the kids, I find that funny because I am a stepdad, and every once in a while my wife's oldest will post something on Facebook. What are you doing this weekend? And I'll reply back, your mom. So just
wow, not your.
That's funny.
Wow, not your.
So it's. I heard that. I'm like, I've done that. Yeah. So he doesn't. I think he blocked me, but it's okay.
I'm sure.
My oldest blocked me too. Don't worry. So,
Yeah. So
he still lives in my house, but blocks me on Facebook. What an asshole.
well, I've only got one left in the house, so I've gotten rid of the other three. So
cool. Well, thank you guys very much. I got some things to think about there. You remind me of my buddy there when you said that, Jackie. So you remind me of my buddy. He's a fireman, and he took a job as a barista on the side because he gets 5 days off all the time and didn't know what to do. So he took a course and everything. So I started calling him a barista, broista. He's like, and I just think it's so funny watching someone come in and going, "Hi, my name is Herbie. I'm your broista for today." I think it's so funny. Yeah. But I asked him like, "Why are you doing it?" He goes, "Oh, I like coffee." I go, "Yeah. Why are you really doing this?" He goes, "There's tons of chicks at coffee places." That's his whole goal.
It's a gold mine. It's true.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. So, okay. Well, thank you guys very much. Well, we'll move on. Thank you for me. Yes.
yes.
Okay, so our next comedian with his own material. Please put your hands together for what place you from? The little. I forgot the lake. Bonnie Lake.
Bonnie Lake. There you go.
Brandon Valentine, everybody.
All right, so this is you've heard this, Keller, once before. I'm still working on trying to finish this one out. So over the last year, I've lost a lot of weight. And one of the things that happens when you lose a lot of weight, people always ask you why. What made you finally decide to lose your weight? Most people have, my health, my kids, poor, money. I just didn't have any. There's always some reason that people come up with losing their weight. And for me, I pulled a muscle wipe in my ass. So, I mean, it just, I went to wipe. It was just too much mass and I pulled a muscle. So, of course I didn't go straight to losing weight because, that's just ridiculous. So of course, first thing I did, at that point was try and figure out what to do. I mean, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, I used to run marathons. I used to do all this stuff. And now I just pulled a muscle wipe in my ass. This is not a good thing. So first, of course, I thought I could ask my wife for some help, but then I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not in the marriage vows. I'm pretty sure there's nothing in there that says wipe your husband's ass because he's too fat to do it himself. So, and I'm pretty sure if I asked, she'd be like, here, you can wipe with the divorce papers. I'm pretty sure that would be that final straw. So of course that time, I just kind of, took a shower, but then I've thought about it. I'm like, I can't take a shower every time I poop. So, I got a bidet. And I got the bidet, but I'm cheap, so I didn't get the expensive one. So I didn't get the one with the air dryer. So of course, then I had to wet moist situation going on back there. So I tried doing like it with a hair dryer, but then I was trying to do hair dryer yoga and I pulled another muscle, and then I got this weird smell in the bathroom. I'm pretty sure I burnt my taint. I mean, it's not good. There's some bad things going on here. So that wasn't a good idea. So so then I just kind of had to deal with it. So I ended up basically I had this wet situation going on back there, and people would ask me about it, and I didn't want to tell them. So I ran away. And that just started my running. I just run away from them so I didn't have to talk to them, which worked great during COVID because that's how I got my social distancing. Don't ask me questions why there's wet spots. I'm out. But then I'd run and I'd get worse wet spots too. So that was the other bad problem. But the other thing that you run into is once you start getting into this, and you start using a bidet, do you know how weird it is to people look at you when you walk into a public restroom with a super soaker? And they're just giving some funny looks. The dryers in there, really, they're not in a good position to use. I was like doing some weird, hair, dryer yoga in there, almost standing on my head, and people are looking at you funny with your pants down around your ankles while you're trying to dry. Someone told me you're supposed to dry your hands. I'm like, well, why would I wipe my hands? Use my hands to wipe? That's just weird. So yeah, so that was a bad thing. And there's a few things I learned after losing weight. Was one, you can't outrun ugly. I tried. And two, once you lose weight, you can't tell fat jokes anymore. They start looking at you really bad when you tell fat jokes. I used to have this great joke. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what Thor looked like if he had a spoon instead of a hammer. And now I got to change that to this is what he'd look like if he had a crack pipe instead of a hammer. So, I mean, it's just all screwed up. All right. So I saw you giving my time. So that's it.
Hey, everybody. So let's start off with Jackie. What do you got for him?
Okay, so let's see. The burnt tape made me laugh. And you could like, it would be funny if you like burnt tape smells like, I don't know, something funny.
Yeah.
Smells a lot like burnt toast. Or whatever. Something kind of silly to offset the poop jokes, but the poop jokes are silly. The super soaker was so funny. I think that's like a perfect spot for an act out. Just like it's gonna be a number 2, like like you're like pumping it. You know how you like pump. I shouldn't do this motion. You're pumping the super soaker. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna.
And there's been a couple of them where I've thought about there's a couple spots like I was thinking like when you talk like the hair dryer yoga, you can do almost like an act out there, but it's
yeah, great. Love the Thor joke. So good. Great work.
Okay. I liked. I really didn't. Cause I liked all of it. I really liked all of it. I really don't. I don't have anything that, in particular, I can add another tagline to it.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you for. Yeah, I'm glad you liked it. So I've been working on it for a little bit. It was just kind of one of those ones that came into my head when I started losing weight. Everybody's like, "Why did you lose weight? What made you decide to do it?" I'm like,
I know. Well, the fat jokes. I know that so many fat comedians they rest on that and run with that. Unfortunately, like when you do lose the weight, it's hard to do the same stuff. Like that's what we have with Monique, the black comedian. She was just that was her thing, and then like so now she's having to like reverse it because like now she's lost a bunch of weight. So but yeah,
I have the same thing too actually with losing weight. I've stayed just heavy enough because I used to be way bigger, 80 pounds heavier, but I'm still bigger, so it's not so bad. I can still kind of make the jokes, but I know I sympathize dropping. I've seen a couple guys out here that totally lost all their weight and then they still use the jokes and past tense sort of thing. I don't know how it works. It doesn't look bigger to me.
Well, you have to make a point to say like this is what I was. So that way people are cognizant of like this is, so it can try to hit it. It doesn't work as well. Like,
Yeah. I have a tag for you too, actually. I don't know if you'll use it, but I don't know if you said it or not, but I got it in my head. Was banned from the water fountain. I guess when you're talking about bidets, like I have to bring a super soaker because I'm banned from the water fountain.
Actually, I like that. That is pretty good. Yeah.
Putting your ass over it. I don't know. It just made me laugh a bit. I have a bidet too. I installed it right before COVID.
Really?
Yeah. So I didn't have to worry about this toilet paper rush and everything. So
yeah, that's gonna be goals. I'm not there yet.
Yeah, with the bidet. They're cheap, actually. They're like
really
and really easy to put on. Not to tell
Yeah.
the fans out there or anything, but they don't know already. But had to buy a new toilet, but I had to get a new toilet done in my bathroom. So at the same time, I saw one that matched a toilet seat that was a bidet and matched everything. So the exact thing. So that's why it was easy. There's some you have to install and do things to. It depends what kind of toilet. You might be able to find a seat that just goes on. It's super
Yeah.
easy.
That's when I have. It's just a seat that attaches, and you screw the water line in, and it's good to go.
Yeah, super easy.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And you can drink out of it if you want.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
Oh.
I was joking when I first put it on. I had my kids come over. It's clean water shooting out there. I don't know how they do it, but I'd invite my kids. Hey, come look at the bidet. Then I have them stand for the toilet. Then I turn it on, and you wouldn't believe how much that thing shoots out. It's like comes right out like a full on. Wow, and they're dodging. I remember them dodging it. It's pretty funny. It made me laugh. I had to clean it up, but Anyways, good job, Brandon. Everybody, put your hands together for Brandon.
Thank you.
Cool. Okay, Jackie, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's give the big introduction because I'm getting better at this. Okay, everybody, put your hands together for Jackie from Tacoma. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. How much time do I have?
3 to 5 minutes, whatever you want. No big deal.
Okay. First of all, I'm very thirsty after all this bidet talk. Okay, so I don't know if any of you guys are probably old enough to remember when Michael Jackson, he had a baby and paparazzi came outside of his window of his hotel and he dangled the baby over the balcony. I have fresh eyes. I see that with fresh eyes as a parent now, because like at first I was horrified, and now I'm like, well, it's pretty hard to find childcare. You know that mom had like a bomb shower though. She was like enjoying her time, and she gets out of the shower. She's like, so how did it go? He's like, oh, it was fine. Like just normal daddy and son time. She's like, oh shit. She's like Googling it. Because she knows. Also, listen, like if your husband is dangling a baby, there's a lot of gaps there on what you're gonna need to fill him in on a lot of things for parenting, even beyond that, like gravity. He's like, what? It was a blanket. His name's Blanket. You're supposed to air them out. Just crazy because the other week, a week later, his neighbors reported that they saw him in the yard with his son Rug, just like beating him with a broom. He's like, what? He likes it. Sorry, this is so new. It's funny too, because like if you watch the footage, like the women in the audience all like gasp, and the men, like if you watch really closely, just slowly bring out a notepad, just like, do not dangle baby. Should we not be doing this? Anyway, I feel like I had more with that. Okay, do we have time for me to work on one more thing? Okay.
Yeah,
So I don't know if you guys have ever had this moment where you realize that you're in a traumatic moment that you're making for your child. But the other day, my son opened the recycling bin and found all of his artwork that I had thrown away. And before you judge me, listen, it was only the bad ones, okay? They're not all going to be winners, okay? But there's this feeling that you get when like the web of lives that you've weaved is just completely exposed, because he's like, Mom, where are my dino drawings? It's like, good question. Hey, Mom, have you seen my paintings? I don't know, buddy. What'd you do with it? Finally, it's just like, Mom, did you see my cardboard building? I'm like, I fucking torched it. Is that what you want me to say? Listen, I love you, but I will not become a hoarder for you. Okay? He's like, he like held one up and was like, but Mom, I made this in preschool. And I'm like, well, I made you in a Denny's. I didn't keep the napkins.
Wow.
Listen, now, listen, now I think that he doesn't trust me, because the other day he asked me where his brother was. And I was like, at grandma's. And then he went to check the recycle. Thank God he didn't check the garbage. I'm kidding. That's a joke. I would never do that again. Okay, wait. I think that's all. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
Thank you. I really appreciate that, you guys.
The Denny's one's phenomenal. That Denny's one's good. I like that one. Yeah.
Thank you.
yeah, I like that one too. It's pretty good. So that's pretty funny. Brandon, you got any input?
No, I mean, just kind of what he was saying. I mean, you can tell the first things that you work on that's brand new. It's, it's like we all do when I first started doing this joke. You're trying to run it through your head and think of it as you're saying it. But you can tell the last one you've done it. You've done the work on that, done that a little bit more. I think the first one though, there's a lot of good meat there. I think that's going to be a good joke when you work it out. So
Thank you.
I think it's a matter of working it out and talking it out, and I think you'll get that one. And like Izzy said, the Denny's that was gold.
Thank you.
So.
Izzy, got any more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, well, like I liked it too. Like your Michael Jackson references may be hard for young kids to catch, but I remember we all remember that dangling.
Well, I mean, right. But if they're young, they're not going to know what reference. I think that happened in 2004, 2005, something. Or maybe I don't know. It was in, huh?
I think it's coming up on the 20 year.
Okay, yeah. I knew it was in the early 2000s. So, but yeah, anybody that's 21, 22, they're not going to know what you're talking about. But I mean, people I like 25 and up will probably remember that on some level.
Yeah.
I think it happened before 9/11, didn't it? Like right before 9/11.
What is it? It was somewhere around there. I think.
Yeah.
Got brushed. I think it was like June or something like that. Then kind of got brushed underneath. Yeah.
God, that makes me feel so old to think that people are. Anyway.
Yeah. I think we're all dating ourselves right now.
For real.
Yeah, I was trying to come up with a tagline from after you said like the mom coming out of the shower and looking it up, because she just would have turned on the TV and seen it, and like he was like, oh, you could almost do a mimic of his voice, like don't worry about it, fine, like that sort of thing, like about it between each other. But yeah, I was trying to come up with a tag from because she was a nanny, wasn't she? She used to be a nanny, I think, or something like that. But yeah, I couldn't get it out of my lips. So, but yeah, the Denny's napkin thing was really good too. So good job on that.
Thank you.
No problem. Okay, well that's it. Let's go to our last and final, but not the worst, of course. It's the best. Or we saved the best for last, folks. So you guys watching, you're gonna really appreciate this. Put your hands together for Seattle's Izzy, everybody.
Woo. What's up? Hey y'all, we this is the last one. This vaccine has been an interesting thing. That's been the thing all this year. Vaccine. And so it's been interesting to see folks that are like so anti-vaccine, but it's like the folks that are like, it's the dudes that are so anti-vaccine are the same ones that go down on the female on the first night, on a one-night stand. Like you've never once asked her, where is she from? Never. I've never, or a female, I've never seen a woman say, you know what, let me make sure you wash this dick before I suck it. Never. But those are the ones, I don't know where that vaccine's from. But it's like, you don't know where she's from, where he's from. It's terrible. But we've done a lot of Amazon shopping, out there. I've been seeing folks to shop. I really wish you could buy sex off Amazon. I really do. I really wish you could just buy it off of Amazon. You could see the reviews. Like this girl is subject to flatten out your tires, mess up your windows. Look at it could be a WAP review, and you can see this is what it is. I think it'd be good to know so we could be clear what I'm dealing with. And typically, if she has a bunch of bad reviews and very toxic, that means it's gonna be really, really good. I'm gonna go over there anyway. I'm gonna really check it out. But now that we've passed Valentine's Day, Valentine's was last month. It's been interesting to see how how dudes shop on Amazon. I'm sorry, how dudes shop for females. Like women, like if a woman, like let's say a woman, she's gonna shop for her romantic girlfriend, or just shopping for another woman. She's gonna take note into like, what type of music does she like? What type of what matches with her clothes? What's her favorite color? She's gonna like really take energy into buying stuff. Dudes, we shopping like for like this is on a CSI episode. Like we're looking for clues. Like, hey, what type of stuff does she like? I don't know. Ain't y'all been married 20 years? Yeah, but I'm just trying. I don't know what she like. What am I gonna get her? And then at the end, it's like getting some dick and daffodils. That's all she's gonna get. That's all she's gonna get. That's the same as every year. Same as every year. But yeah, these being out here in Seattle, I'm from Texas, and so it's been a little interesting seeing how folks are so like passive aggressive. Like they don't really like gangbangers. They don't like folks that are gonna steal from you. They don't like steal stuff. They like randomly inconvenience you. Like they'll just take like the plugs off of your wheels and stuff, and your car's wobbly and stuff. You're like, if you're gonna steal it, just steal the whole damn thing. Just go passive aggressive stuff. Do the whole thing. They even rob you differently. I'm from Texas, and they rob you. They were like, man, give me all your stuff. I'm like, okay, I'll give you everything. People in Seattle, they rob you. They'll be like, look, either I'm gonna take your keys or your wallet. Okay, you got to decide which one. I'm like, what? I take my keys, and you were so nice. You can have the car. Like, you were so thoughtful with it. So nice. All right, I'm gonna try this new joke. It's gonna be in this new bit. And since we are in a comedy safe space, I want to see. Okay, all right. So, my father was a homeless man. Father was a homeless man. So, not a big deal, not a big deal. Actually has a lot of advantages for having a homeless father. So, I never had to worry about him being out too late, ever, because he, everywhere is his main land. No matter where he goes. He was on drugs. He was dependent on cocaine. Black terms for crackhead. But crackheads, they are the best parents. They are the best parents. I never had to worry about him getting tired. Like he would just run all the time. We'd go everywhere. He would just go everywhere. He would always be running. Like if you ever had a crackhead throw you a football, you're gonna catch that damn football. It is very good. It is very good. I remember we had a teachers meeting, and the teacher was like, "Hey, well, the parent teacher conference is coming up. It's gonna be next Tuesday." Well, he just slept outside the school the early that morning and was already there. I didn't never have to worry about him being late or none of that. It was beautiful, beautiful thing. And then, with crackheads, they're super strong. Like if you've been picked up by a crackhead, it is such a beautiful thing. They pick you up, they throw you in the air, they never drop you. He was like, he would pick me up, throw me in the air. I never had to worry about him. And he would hell, when he throw me in the air, I'm in damn space and shit. I'm gonna get way up there, like for real. So yeah, so he was a really good crackhead, really good honorable crackhead. He didn't do it in front of me. Even if he did, he said it was powdered sugar. I'm like, you know what? Okay, who doesn't like powdered sugar in the morning? I mean, why would you not like powdered sugar in the morning? It's a good breakfast. I was like, okay, cool. He was fit, he was in shape, perfect. But having a father as a crackhead had a lot of advantages. I mean, I never had to worry about him. He didn't have a car, so I never had to worry about him being late. He would pick me up. He would just walk me home. Never got tired. It was just perfect. All right, that's my bit.
Yay! Good job, Brandon. Would you like to start? You're on mute.
Sorry. I loved it. I mean, it was great. I mean, the idea of making the crackhead dad as the good dad. I mean, it was just, it gave it a whole different look, a different idea to it. I mean, it's one of those things we immediately associated with something bad, and you're like, no, there was good points to this. And I kind of liked that. That was cool. That was funny. I liked it.
Okay, thank you. It did not. I mean, it is a true story. It is true. Do you think it's too much, or the audience will be okay with it? It should. Okay, cool.
All right, I think they'll be okay with that. I think it's one of those things. I mean, it's it's real. And I think people really you can tell it's real. You can tell it's not something that you're just reaching, going, "Hey, I'm gonna go cherry pick this and make this joke." It's a real joke, and it's I like it. I don't think it's gone too far. I think it's good.
Yeah, the perspective
cool.
is very unique too, right? I mean, the perspective having that, like, you don't really think about it. That's a whole different attitude than what we would imagine someone being a crackhead sort of thing, right? Jackie, but you look like you're chomping at the bit.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
I am. I loved it. All of it. Okay, so for your vaccine joke, where you're talking about like vaccine going down on somebody, it's a tag I wrote or that you might like is like, you'll put the Johnson in your mouth but not in your arm.
Oh, I like that one.
That's good.
Wow, I gotta write that one. That's cool.
Take it. Let's see.
Can I cut in there? I just want to like, you'll take all the Johnsons and Johnsons, but not in your arm. Because Johnsons and Johnsons, right? You just maybe make it bigger and bigger.
I like that one. I gotta read that.
Sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, that's great. And then when you were talking about like my dad was never late, you like my dad was never out late because he never came in.
Right.
I don't know. And when you were talking about like your dad being strong, I don't know if this is like, I don't know. Anyway, you'd be like, Dad, you're my superhero, right? Because he's like strong. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It was good.
All right. Okay. Thank you.
Really good.
I actually wrote down a couple things there too. Like when you talk about the Amazon ordering women on Amazon, it just remind me of like I hear about, of course, Vegas hookers where you have a picture and then they show up the wrong girl or something like that. It just reminds me of the like. Because you're going on about that. The the homeless father thing, I like a lot actually. It's because it's such a unique perspective that most people do like go through. Like my parents were like heroin addicts, right? So like I had that perspective myself. I never talk about, but I can entirely.
Yeah. It's because I was like, well, what? Because the thing is, I'm working on doing more stories than just the a lot of one-liners and stuff like that. Because one, it makes it easier for you to do your set because you can remember the whole thing, and then two, people remember that more than they'll remember the one-liners.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the one thing I like too when you're talking about being thrown up in the air and everything, I think there's a good act out if you do some kind of pretending to come down as a skydiver. Like he threw you so far in the air, you're like, you're trying to come down and pulling the chute. You could do a kind of a whole, I don't know if you act out things, but you could do a kind of a clown sort of act out for some, I don't know, cheap laughs, but laughs at least,
Right.
Yeah. I think that would kind of work. But yeah, no, I think you did really good. I like that story. I think that needs some more refining. I think you need to say it a bunch of times until you start working it out. But
okay.
I think it's really good. It's got its way to, it's got some legs, as they say,
Right.
But yeah, and I'll be thinking about that too now. I'll remember that story because it is funny. I do like the running around, you won't stop and all that stuff. I was thinking about always like sniffing or scratching. It's I don't know. You can probably figure something out eventually with that.
Right.
So, cool. Well, if there's nothing else for Izzy, let's give him another round of applause.
Right.
Hey, everybody, this has been another workshop. 293, can you believe it? Next week, we're going to number 300 just for me. Special time. I got the 300 show. That's awesome next Monday. But I want to thank all my guests. Izzy, where can we find you next?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Century Changer on Instagram. Definitely working on some more shows now that everything's starting to open up. It's really making it easy to set up more shows. So you'll see me soon.
Awesome, yeah. Jackie, where can we find you the next little while?
You can find me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter at Jackie Turge Comedy. And I'm also on a showcase on Friday, We Heart Mom Jokes. It's going to be an awesome show. All proceeds go to the food bank in San Jose.
Nice. Cool. Brandon, where can we find you?
On Instagram and, well, mainly Instagram as Mr. B, Mr_B_666, like it's written out there. I've got a couple podcasts, Renerders podcast, Love and Hate Radio, NWCZ Radio's Down the Rabbit Hole. So there's a couple of them that I do. And then, find me on Instagram if you want to find any of those. And I'm also finally live comedies coming back to the area, and I'm doing. I've got a show in Enumclaw. I produce a show, and the first one is finally coming back next week. So,
Hey,
so we're finally bringing it back. So I'll be booking people here coming up soon. So because first Wednesday of every month.
Awesome. Yeah. Well, you can find me on all this, I guess, social medias, Keller J. Reeves. I don't spend a lot of time on there anymore. I prefer not to. I have been doing some just online stuff. I'm here every Monday night. Canada has not opened up for me. I'm still just watching TV, watching a screen and my audience this way. So you'll just find me wherever it is. No big deal. So I want to thank you guys all for making a great show. We had a lot of fun tonight, and I guess that's it. Next week, every night, people, if you want to be on this show every night, you can be up here. Just sign up. Thank you so much, everybody.
all right.